This video is not necessarily an endorsement of Newt Gingrich. Ppsimmons has not endorsed any candidate for President of the United States as of yet. But this video is specifically about a statement that Newt recently made for which he is taking a beating in the mainstream media. Newt Gingrich called the Palestinian people an invented people who are really just Arabs. Listen to Newt explain it in his own words.
Did an exclusive interview with Republican presidential primary frontrunner and former Speaker of the House, Newt Gingrich. Here's a clip in which he says that Palestinians are an invented people. Now, on Israel, do you consider yourself a Zionist?
Well, I believe that the Jewish people have the right to have a state, and I believe that the commitments that were made at a time, remember, there was no Palestine as a state. It was part of the Ottoman Empire. And I think that we've had an invented Palestinian people, who are in fact Arabs, and were historic.
As I just mentioned, Newt is taking a slamming by the mainstream and largely liberal media and the ignorant, history-deficient talking heads that read the teleprompters and call it news reporting. While they slam Newt, click their tongues and wag their heads, and while Newt cowardly looks for a way to back out of his statements, we maintain that Newt spoke the absolute, historical, biblical, and indisputable truth for which he does not need to apologize. For a complete rundown on this, see our video at ppsimmons titled 3,500 Years of History in 6 Minutes. The link is below this video. The long and short of it is this. No nation has ever existed in the area now called Palestine with its own unique borders, kings, monetary system, military, language, and trade negotiations. No nation except Israel. Other empires have controlled the area, including the Roman Empire, but no nation has ever existed as an independent, unique nation there, except the nation of Israel. It was under the Roman Emperor Hadrian in 135 AD that the area was designated Palestine in his attempt to keep the Jews whom he had dispersed from the area from returning to the area. What does Palestine mean? It is Latin for land of the Philistines, the most hated enemies of ancient Israel. Philistines are not Arabs, and Arabs are not Philistines. It was done as a slur on the land and a deterrent to the Jews who might try to relocate there. The name Palestine died out with the old Roman Empire. The area was renamed Palestine after World War I. I am old enough to remember nightly news reports in the 50s and the 60s in which the people living in that area were routinely called Palestinian Jews or Palestinian Arabs. The historical revisionists and the liberal American news media of today eventually began incorrectly designating the Arabs of the land as Palestinians. But the Arabs living in that land are not Philistines, and Philistines are not Arabs. The word Palestine or Palestinian means the land of the Philistines and those living in that land. But the Arabs gladly accepted the term so that it gave them an identification of actually having some kind of nationalistic claim on the land. Thus, the Palestinian Liberation Organization was born, and the term Palestinian refugees came into vogue. Now, of course, we talk of a Palestinian state. Really, a Philistine state populated by Arabs who have never had a nation there, yet somehow are magically refugees of a nation that never existed? Newt was right. The Palestinian designation is a media-invented people. Shame on Newt for backtracking. But, you know, if you tell a lie long enough, oh well, you know the rest of the story.